Another Sunny Warrior video. Thank you so much for joining. And today I want to share with you one of my most powerful tools when it comes to sleeping better. But before I get started, I just want to say that for those of you who don't know me, I'm Alexandra. I'm a corporate well-being architect for Fortune 500 companies, a global speaker, and the CEO of a startup in well-being, which is called Oxygen. So today I want to share one of my best formulas. I have practiced with employees from companies like Wells Fargo, Hilton, Royal Bank of Canada, some employees who have benefited from those pranayama breathwork programs. And this specific technique we will practice today. It's very easy to practice, doesn't require much time, doesn't require any previous experience when it comes to mindfulness, and you can do it in just a few seconds just before you go to bed. So if you want to have a very deep, restorative, rejuvenating sleep, I would say this is definitely, the best tip I've ever tried when it comes to breath work. So before I share more, I just want to say, feel free to like this video if you will find it helpful. Feel free to ask your questions down in the comments, subscribing my channel, and of course check out the rest of the videos if you want to be your best version. Now a little bit about the practice today. I want to say that it starts from within, it starts with us, and it starts with prioritizing our well-being and mental health. And let me say that this is a daily practice, right? So those tools I constantly share and demonstrate to clients are tools that I'll recommend you make integral parts of your toolkit. So each time you need something specific, for example, it's hard for you to switch off, or after a very busy day at work, or it's very hard for you to distress, decompress after a difficult conversation, and it's hard for you to fall asleep. You can always find this as your go-to kind of hack. So a little bit about the practice. I'll recommend you take notes if you want to just do this properly. But I just want to start by saying that the breath is an extraordinary way to reset our nervous system. And when it comes to our mental health, when it comes to our nervous system, our phone, the news, all the distractions, we get bombarded constantly. All those things can make us kind of go crazy. But there are some ways where we can actually talk back to our nervous system, communicate with it, and tell to our nervous system that we are okay. We are safe. And one of those practices is definitely the alternative nostril breathing technique we will experience here together in this virtual space. But so many of my clients, they ask, like, Alex, how do I know if I'm stressed, in a really kind of toxic way? Because there is the good stress and the bad stress, right? The good stress that helps us to be more productive and perform at a very high level, but we are on a flow and we're in this zone. We feel like it's a kind of a blissful scenario, and that there is the stress where we might feel drained or overwhelmed or like kind of burned out, right? So how we can tell the difference between those two states? So I guess there are two very simple ways. The first way is that you will notice if the stress you experience is bad, is toxic for you, that your thinking gets contracted, that your thoughts are very kind of self-limiting. And there might be in the loop where like you're ruminating about a certain situation and you do the replay in your mind over and over and over again. So that makes you more stressed, more anxious, more scared. Number two, that you can tell that you are, that you're very, very stressed and anxious in a negative way, is that your body gets contracted. More specifically, we find this in the belly muscles. So if you feel like you are unloved, abandoned, criticized, completely rejected, you activate your stress system, and what happens is that you will feel some kind of tightness or pressure in the belly. And that's how you know you are there. So the other way is that, you might find yourself like kind of hyper watching or keep checking your social media or keep reading the news. So it's kind of a hyperactivity towards consuming content that makes you worse and worse. So that this triggers our stress system, because what we think and what we do actually affects our stress system in seconds. So we always been told that our stress system has its own rules, that there is nothing we can do about it. They say, oh, you know what, if you're stressed, if your stress system is activated, there is nothing you can do. Just wait and, let it pass, I guess, like a wave. But the reality is different. More and more research, so many new studies show time and time again that we can hack our stress system. And what I'm going to teach you, is when your nervous system gets attacked, how you can actually hack it back. So by hacking our stress system, I mean hacking your sensations, the stories, the thoughts. So I want to show you a very, very easy and accessible, practical way to quiet your busy mind. And as I said, this is definitely the alternative nostril breathing technique. But before I go there, I want to talk about what we said earlier, the belly, right? We get to, when we're stressed, we might do this we have this slouching posture where we contract those muscles, and as if we're protecting this area of our body. And that sends a message to our brain that we are stressed, we are threatened. Someone might attack us, so we want to protect ourselves. Now, it's really, really important to know that you can actually hack this by changing the body's posture. Changing the body's posture in a way that you cultivate a natural tendency, staying with the spine nicely elevated and erect, in a state of mind and being where you project, dignity, you project confidence, you project high self-esteem. So we want to make sure the spine is nicely elongated. And then we want to make sure the pelvis is nicely grounded. The legs are hip width apart, open. And I'm going to show you, how you can actually, open the diaphragm, open this area of your chest so you can expand your chest cavity to receive more oxygen. And it's easy, right? But So many people I see, and especially my clients of mine, where they have adapted the wrong posture for such a long time that it's hard to change. So I want to show you how you can correct your posture and how you can train your body to adapt the right posture like in a way that is easy. So we're going to do some stretches. Every time we breathe in, it's the cat or cow stretch. We inhale and we arch the lower back and lift the chest. And every time we exhale, we're going to round the spine and just drop our head. We want to have our hands on the top of the knees for extra support, and we're going to do this a couple of times. Now, as you do this, I want you to practice the equal breathing or coherent breathing technique, where you breathe in through the nose for 3 and exhale through the nose for 3. What that does is calming your nervous system. It boosts resilience. It helps you to clear your mind. So you focus on breathing in for 3, breathing out for 3. So let's get started. Just quiet the mind and just relax here. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale for 3, 2, 1. You can close your eyes if you want. Hold, arch the back, and then exhale and round the spine for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold your knees, pull your pelvis forward, pull your belly forward. And now exhale and keep coming down and down and down. And again, just arch the back and exhale. So this is a lovely way. It helps me to calm down, but also it gives me this dopamine rush, this rush of positive hormones and neurochemicals in our body. So now I'm going to teach you the breathing technique, the alternate nostril breathing technique, which you can help you to, as I said, quiet your busy mind. If there are any repetitive thoughts, it helps you to kind of hack this and just be back in this here and now, the present moment, right? So, as I said, it is called the alternate nostril breathing technique. So many people, they ask why this technique works. It helps us to lower our perceived stress levels, lowers our heart rate, and it lowers our respiratory rate, but also our blood pressure. So it overall, imagine that it balances your entire nervous system and helps you to shift from a fight or flight mode to rest and digest mode. So how does it work? I'm going to guide you step by step. First of all, it's going to last between 3 to 5 minutes. You can practice for an extended period of time, as long as you feel comfortable. Now, you want to be in a seated position or lying down, the spine nice and long, just before you go to bed. And step by step, wherever you are, you just want to make sure you're comfortable. You want to, have if the environment is dark, it's even better if you can close your eyes and relax your shoulders, and then take your time to just feel your breathing, right? So we want to connect with the breathing, the natural, effortless, automatic breathing. And just feel how does the body feel now, right? Just before you go to bed, you want to do this check-in with any sensations might be arising on the body. Checking in terms of how does the body feel? Does it feel light or does it feel heavy? Does it feel tight or relaxed and soft? So stay with us and try to feel the body from within, as if your life depends upon it. And take a few moments just to tune the body. And as you breathe in and breathe out, I want us to just bring them index finger and the middle finger down, and we want to have the ring finger, little finger and thumb extended. Every time we close the right nostril, we'll close it with the thumb. Every time we close the left nostril, we will seal it with the ring finger, okay? Want to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose, mouth closed, mouth closed. So whenever you're ready, slowly and gently, we're going to use the thumb for the right finger. So as I said, we're going to start first of all while feeling our normal effortless breathing. And just exhale. We want to remove all the air out of our body to clear our breath. And when you're ready, I want you to close your right nostril with your thumb. And then inhale slowly, deeply through the left nostril for 4, 3, 1. Now close the left and exhale through the right. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Beautiful. Now inhale through the right. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Seal it. Exhale through the left for 3, 2, 1. And then seal it and inhale through the right for 3, 2, 1. Now exhale through the left nostril for 3, 2, 1. Now this completed 1 round. We want to practice 5 rounds, and maybe it might take you between 5 to 10 minutes. But it's a wonderful way if you want to just stay relaxed, if you want to just slow it down, and end your day with some really deep, slow, mindful, conscious breaths, feeling the aliveness in the body, feeling gratitude about the day, just reminding yourself the beauty of being, a human being, having a human experience. So I hope you found this breath work helpful and relaxing. I highly recommend you, as I said, to practice a few rounds so you can feel the benefits. And I just want to say, in case you found this video in any way, shape or form impactful or helpful, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned, but also feel free to check the rest of the videos in my YouTube channel if you want to be your best version.